Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards about your life partner, your future spouse, whichever you prefer, and their love language. I haven't done this video in a while. I do have an older one, but I thought if I did it again, then that would give more options to sort of choose from. This will be a quick pick of cards, so not as super lengthy or detailed, just like a little summary of their love language. I have 4 stacks for you all to choose from today. We have Obsidian, Ocean Jasper, Aventurine, and lastly Quartz. Choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you and take from whatever stacks you choose whatever you feel was actually meant for you. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks that called out to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting with our first stack here with that Obsidian. We have the Nine of Pentacles coming out first. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. We have a lot of Pentacles coming out here, which is pretty good. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Star, and lastly, we have the King of Cups. So with all this Pentacle energy coming out here, we see a very stable person. Somebody who's very consistent with the way that they express themselves. So somebody that I feel like you'll grow used to, sort of like, just their love language. So they're not somebody who's all over the place, not somebody who's really overboard, excited. They're somebody who's pretty calm, somebody who's more go with the flow. They do have a very, very deep loving side. Even though we see all of these pentacles coming out here, we have the King of Cups, which is the most loving spouse in the entire deck. Somebody who just is super expressive of how they feel, somebody who almost goes above and beyond to show the person that they're with how much they care about them, how dedicated they are, who this person is to you and who you are to them in a very deep way. This person wants you to know that they love you, that they care about you, that you're lifetime. You're the only one that they want, the only one that they see. You are definitely this is, whether it's future spouse or life partner, this is dedication here. This is permanent relationship. This is definite life partner energy coming through these cards. Now, the King of Cups is sort of calmed down a little bit by these other cards that are coming out here. Since we do have more pentacles, we're not seeing that maybe super overboard romance. We're seeing somebody who's a little calmer. And what's interesting here is we have a good balance between feminine and masculine energy, because we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Star, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the King of Cups, which would be 3-3, 3 feminine cards, 3 masculine cards, a good balance going on in between. So somebody who's very in touch with their emotions, but not too emotional. You're not going to see this person crying all the time or breaking down all the time, but this person is definitely expressive. This person will do a lot of things to make sure they care about you. It's either going to be very large things where it's super expressive, the things that they provide you or the things that they present to you, but also things that show that they care about you on a very deep level. With the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles here, these are stabilizing cards. These are things that go toward the future. Even if you don't see it now, if you're not feeling it now, this isn't just current energy. This is permanent energy, and this is energy that grows stronger as the relationship progresses. So the little acts that they do when you first meet, or as you're progressing through the early part of your relationship, start showing themselves later on. We see that build up from the Seven of Pentacles here into the Nine of Pentacles. This person is all about building up a stable relationship for you, and the way they act, the way they treat you. They want to make sure that you feel that within this relationship. They want you to feel like you can rely on them. They want you to feel like you can go to them for, great news, for, bad news, anything. If you have to tell them something, they want you to know that you should feel comfortable going to them. They also just want you to feel happy. With these 2 cards over here, these are 2 cards of people who are just very content, very pleased with where they're at in life, and just their surroundings. Seems just really peaceful energy. So I'd say here, this person's love language is perfectly balanced when it comes to how they sort of respond to you, how they care about you, how they take care of you, how they express themselves to you. They want you to know that it is definitely like a very, very strong energy that they feel like toward you. Not to mention, we have the Star, we have the King of Cups, and two cards that come out as very, very positive cards. The Star is always that wish fulfillment. So somebody that you're really hoping for, somebody who's very compatible with you, and somebody who sort of completes you in a way that makes this relationship, you know, very positive, something that can blossom even further. So we have the King of Cups, which would be like, in my opinion, one of the two kings that would be like the life partner, you know, that permanent energy in a relationship. This person's like, through rough times, through fun times, whatever, this person is constant. They are always there. They're always willing to work on things, willing to improve things. And not in a way where like it's overboard or it's too much. This is in a way that like they want things to be successful. So they work very hard on every aspect that they can. They want to make sure that they're giving this relationship their all. So very expressive. It might not be somebody who's like I said, they might not be overboard lovey-dovey, because we do have the King of Cups balanced out by all this pentacle energy, which would make them a little more down to earth or less likely to, you know, be very expressive. But if we're coming across with all these like pentacles, we do have a reliable person and somebody who definitely means what they say. They come to you in full honesty. They express themselves truly, and they do it in a way with like complete intent to make sure you know where they're coming from and how they feel. So that's what I'm seeing here with this first stack and that Obsidian. I think that's a very good balanced energy with somebody coming through in these cards. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Have just, you know, a wonderful day, week, and year. And I wish everything to be positive and wonderful in your life. Bye-bye. Starting with our second stack here. And Ocean Jasper, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Empress, the Six of Wands, and lastly we have the High Priestess. I think this person here with the two cards that came out first, of course, the Page of Wands, or the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands, sorry. I feel like those energies are always somebody who tries really hard but might not be super successful every time. Or they like try to be suave or romantic or cool, but instead they sort of come off goofy or awkward. And I think even though it might sound like a weird energy to get off of those two cards, I feel like it's probably the most pure or loving energy that can come out of these cards, because we see somebody who's trying, even though they might not be really good at it, they're still trying. This could be because they haven't been in a relationship in a while, or it could be that they're just somebody who's awkward in relationships and they're trying harder to, you know, be more outgoing or more expressive within that relationship with you. But I think here with these two cards, they're very good energy to have when it comes to love language, because they might be awkward, but you know it's based on love, and they will try their hardest. They're like constant. They're not ones to give up. They're not ones to like, you know, lay down and let things happen. They will constantly rise to the occasion, put their full energy into the relationship to make sure that you know what's going on, how they feel. Now, mainly since we see the Ten of Cups here, as well as the Empress, the two cards together side by side, seeing this person's energy toward you specifically is very strong. It's a very like they might be naive, or they might be awkward, they might be whatever this is, whatever age they are, you know, you might feel that energy off of them, but they know exactly what this relationship is. This is a maturity within these two cards. This is permanence and this is maturity. So we see somebody who knows exactly what they're going for, not exactly what they're like wanting in a relationship. So they will try hard. They want to make sure this is successful, and they want to make sure that you know that you are what they want. Because I feel like whatever was in the past, whatever might have happened, they might have had tidbits, you know, that led them to a few of those cups within the Ten of Cups, but they haven't ever had that completion within the Ten of Cups. And we see that completion also represented in the Empress, as somebody who has moved forward, as somebody who's gone through trials and whatever else life has presented them, and is finally at a stage where they're like completely elevated. This is like coming in at the right time to be a successful relationship, and I don't think they've had that in the past. It doesn't seem like anything really brought them the Ten of Cups, or even close to the Ten of Cups. You are that one, and they are well aware of it. It's interesting. We have the Knight of Wands over here, and then we have the Six of Wands, which is sort of like gone out to battle, trying to fix things, trying to right wrongs. And we finally see the return over here within the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands energy is a return, but it's also success. It's having overcome difficulties. So it's like being able to communicate properly, and that's why I think they're working on this. They might be awkward, and that might have been something in the past that, you know, led to issues within previous relationships, but this time around they're trying to work on those things. They're trying to be more expressive. They're trying to show you how they care. And it's like each day that passes, every, you know, second you have together, every time you're able to communicate with each other, it strengthens. And we see that change within the High Priestess. And the High Priestess in this energy is really like a calming energy, because it's realization, but realization in a way that allows for great growth, rather than just realization and like hitting a wall, or realization and then, you know, almost like having to start over. We're seeing realization that allows progress to be made within this relationship. So love language wise, this person might be awkward, but I feel like they get better at it, because we do see maturity, and maturity not only like getting older, but maturity in the way of being able to understand things better, you know, grasping conversations, clues a little better each day. And I think they become better and better at expressing their feelings toward you. It's being more loving. So it's more awkward energy within the beginning, like trying to do things that show you how they care, but they don't really know how to do it quite yet, or they're just, you know, rusty when it comes to that. And then we see it strengthen into a point where they can come to you proudly and say, this is how I feel about you. This is what I want. You know, this is how I'd like our life to progress. So it's really a strengthening of a relationship as we progress. And like I said, in the first stack, the first stack was giving really strong like life partner energy. In this one, we see that growth into the understanding of permanence, of like that desire to have that forever within this relationship. That's what I'm seeing here with this stack. It seems like a very loving person who might be a little, you know, bad at expressing love, or off when it comes to expressing love, but definitely improves as time goes by. I do hope that was helpful. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting our third stack here with Aventurine, we have the Empress coming out. I think we had the Empress in the previous stack. Oh, we have the Ten of Cups. We also had the Ten of Cups, I'm sure, in the previous stack. That's interesting. Queen of Wands. We have Page of Pentacles, Strength, and we have the Four of Cups. So when it comes to this person's love language, the way they express themselves, the way they sort of communicate here, we're seeing a very loving person. We see a lot of feminine energy within these cards. So regardless of gender, feminine, masculine, we're seeing a lot of like understanding of emotions, a lot of dedication that's put in here, and making sure that you understand where they're coming from. So like I said, regardless of gender on your part, on their part, we're seeing that this person really wants to express themselves to you. It might have been that they, you know, they're just the type of person who wants to make themselves clear so that you understand where they're coming from. Could also be that in the past, like they were in relationships that really didn't have a strong sense of communication or like love language there. So they've worked on that to make sure that like future relationships, your relationships are successful. But also, I feel like with the Ten of Cups and the Strength card coming out here, even with the Four of Cups, we're seeing three cards really that are representing the ideal, but having to work hard for it. And maybe like things not being successful in the past that made the ideal even clearer to them, making it so that they saw that, you know, the previous relationships that they had, or anything about the past, was not what they needed and wasn't going to be successful because it wasn't like either the right timing or wasn't the right person. With Strength, it's like they really try to make things work, and I feel like this is such a dedicated person within these cards. It's somebody who really works hard in every aspect of their life. But I feel like here, since we're seeing these cards of like finding the Ten of Cups with you, having this better energy with you. It's like no matter how hard they worked, it seemed like the relationships just didn't play out the way they wanted. Either the person just was not compatible with them, or the person didn't want what they wanted. So it was like they were working hard to reach a goal, but it never got there because the other person wasn't, you know, headed toward that goal with them. But with you, it's like they finally see the 10 of Cups, and we see the clarity with both the Empress as well as with the 4 of Cups, because I'm reading the 4 of Cups as like, this is not the opportunity they're going to let slip by. They're going to take advantage of this. They're going to definitely dedicate themselves to this relationship. Which, like I said, that could be a big reason why this person is so expressive and why we're seeing it as such like feminine leaning energy of being more in tune with emotions, better love language overall, knowing how to communicate well, because they're not going to miss out on this opportunity. 4 of Cups can be read as like, you know, constantly missing opportunities that are going your way or ignoring things that are being presented to you. But here, since we have it by Strength and all these other very positive cards, this is more of like having to ignore the bad, the things that wouldn't have been successful, and now finally getting the clarity to see what was right all along, you know, like seeing you come in and getting that clarity that you were the right person. But majorly here, we're seeing somebody who has great plans for the future. So this would be that life partner, that future spouse. We're seeing longevity within these cards. 10 of Cups especially. Empress, you know, she represents all the queens combined. So we're seeing that higher level here within the Empress. I love the Queen of Wands though here. The Queen of Wands gives me this like bright happiness, this like, you know, yeah, I finally found this person. So I think that's a big part of their personalities. They're a happy person. They, you know, they tell you that. They tell you all the time, like, I'm so happy I found you. I'm so happy that you're in my life. This is, you know, what I've been waiting forever for. You finally like have come here, and I find the one that completes me. And it's good energy too, because the Empress would be earth, you know, grounded energy, but she represents a lot, like a lot of love and stuff. We see 10 of Cups, we see Queen of Wands, a lot of like earth, water energy represented here. We have some fire, but Page of Pentacles comes through as an interesting card, because even though it's like a youth card, even though it can be interpreted as people who are younger, it can be seen as a card that represents the start of growth, you know, like that, the new seed, the like first planting, springtime. It's something that is starting and is going to grow. As long as you nurture it, it grows stronger and stronger. And that's their take on this relationship. They know that as long as they put in that energy, as long as they continue to have that strength, you know, that 10 of Cups outlook, that Queen of Wands energy, the Empress stability and grounded nature, they know that this is going to be successful. And I think that they are such a caring, kind person. They really, you know, they really are very good at expressing their love, their connection, their desire to be in a relationship. That's what I'm seeing here with this third stack and Aventurine. I hope that was somehow able to resonate with you, and I thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, week. Starting off with our fourth stack, we have Clear Quartz. When it comes to this person, we have the Ace of Cups. Great card to start off with. Oh, we have 10 of Pentacles. Another great card. Knight of Wands. Page of Swords. The World. We have the Wheel of Fortune. What's interesting is I saw the Knight of Wands, and for some reason I saw the 4 Wands, and I thought 4 of Wands. And I'm like, it's odd because that's such celebration energy. That's like a union energy. And I'm really like, for some reason I can't forget that. And now I'm like, I'm seeing it, and I'm like, this person just really is incredibly happy with the union that you two have. And I think that's just something that they honestly, I don't think they expected. I don't think this person ever expected to find you, for you to come into their life, or for this opportunity to be handed to them. We have Ace of Cups, which is that opportunity, like the opportunity of love, the opportunity of career, money, finances, whatever is related within that cup. It's an abundance, an overflow, but it's an opportunity that is being handed to you. With all the Ace cards, there are always opportunities, but I really don't think that this person expected this. I think like either they gave up on love, or they were just really thinking that you don't exist, you know, like the right person, the permanent person, the life partner does not exist. And then you came in, and it's like, that's why I'm seeing that Knight of Wands as the Four of Wands, celebration and a union. It's such a positive energy. And even with the Knight of Wands, you know, being the Knight of Wands, it's such positive energy, like passion, dedication, movement forward, just immense celebration. This is really great energy because we see the end of an old cycle and something new beginning, and that reflects itself within the Wheel of Fortune as things leading to happiness, as things being beneficial to you, things that are meant to happen happening, and all things that are done in a good way. So this is success, this is growth, this is freedom, this is just all the happiness you can hope for within these two cards, putting possible like instability within relationships, bad relationships in the past, and now starting over with this brand new you know, fortune within these two cards. I think this is somebody who might not be like super emotional. With the other cards, we saw stronger emotions, we saw stronger like feelings, better expression. Not to say that they don't express themselves, but I'm not feeling it as like super lovey-dovey energy within these cards. I forgot which card exactly had more of that like lovey-dovey nature, but I feel like this person does care about you or will care about you, depending on whether or not you know each other. But there's a lot of love here within these cards. But there's somebody who's a little more reserved. We see that in the Ten of Pentacles, see that in the Page of Swords, even in the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Since they're both fixed energy, we're seeing a little less expression when it comes to emotions. Somebody who wants to make sure you know, because they're represented as the Page of Swords as well. So that is somebody who's smart, somebody who's very good at communication. So they are aware of like if they're not communicating well with you, you know, if their love language is a little off. But I still feel like this person isn't like all about the romance. I think they do show you a lot of things that like you know, they'll bring you your favorite food out of nowhere, or they'll bring you flowers, or they'll, you know, get you a CD you wanted or something that you were looking for, or take you out to the movies so that, you know, you can have a nice evening together sporadically, like, you know, just on a whim. I do feel like that's their energy here. But I think like when it comes to saying things, you know, actually like telling you they love you, or, you know, they want to spend the rest of their life with you, those are things that you might hear here and there, but they're not like one to say it quite often. But you will feel cared for and loved with this person because we have the Ace of Cups. And that's what I'm saying, like this person did not feel like you were coming into their life. This was definitely like out of the blue energy, like a complete shock to them, because this energy is like, you know, like finally this, they can move forward, they can leave this in the past, whatever issues, you know, they had in the past, move forward successfully with you. And they make sure to hold on to that. They make sure to let you know that that's how they feel about you, because they didn't expect this opportunity to come through to them. But I think this person, you know, is not super expressive, not a talker maybe, or just not somebody who is very good when it comes to verbal like expression of love. But when it comes to their actions, you definitely feel it here. Like you definitely feel how much this person cares about you, and they see this as permanence. With the Ten of Pentacles, that is my permanent card. That is like, we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. We have like, you know, lives to build together. Whether or not you want kids or have kids, this is still like lifetime energy. This is, you know, forever that we're seeing here within that card. So that's what I'm seeing with that fourth stack. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch whatever part of the video you have. And I do hope that some of that or all of that was able to resonate with you. And I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well. And I wish you an absolutely beautiful day, week, and year. Bye-bye.